Good morning, my dear students. Today, we are going to start with a poem of the book Flamingo, My Mother at 66 by Kamla Das. Now, first of all, let's read about the poet Kamla Das. You must have heard about this poet Kamla Das. She's a very famous poet and was born in Malabar, Kerala. She is recognized as one of the India's foremost poets. Her works are known for their originality, versatility, and indigenous flavor of the soil. Kamla Das has published many novels and short stories in English and Malayalam under the name Madhavi Kuti. Some of her works in English include the novel Alphabet of Last, a collection of short stories, Padmavati, the Harriet, and other stories. In addition to 5 books of poetry, she is very sensitive writer who captures the complex subtleties of human relationships in lyrical idiom. My Mother at 66 is an example. So basically, the poem brings home the point about relationships, and it brings out a point that aging is a natural process and is going to envelop one and all. In our young days, we are so busy in fulfilling our desires that we forget to love and look after our elderly parents. So this is what the theme of the poem is. The poem brings out the expression of fear of losing our near and dear ones. So basically this poem brings out the theme that how the poet visits her old mother and how she's actually she doesn't want to leave her mother, but because of her responsibilities she had to forgive and leave her mother alone. So as the poem progresses, we see that the poet's visit to her old mother has come to an end and she has to return. So she is going to Cochin in a car to take a flight home. Her 66-year-old mother is accompanying her to the airport. On the way, the old woman dozes off, means she sleeps, and the poet looks at her intensely and looks at her intensely and sorrowfully. The mother's pale and loosely open mouth looks as lifeless as a dead body. It has a clear expression of pain and suffering. Unable to see her mother's deathly pale face for long, the poet looks out of the car window and finds young trees whizzing past her and young children rushing out of her homes to play in the open. The sight makes her reflect upon old age, which is an inescapable part of human life. A deep fear about her mother's physical decay and death upsets and grieves the poet because she realizes after meeting her mother that her mother is now weak, pale, and the very thought that her mother would die one day makes the poet upset. When she reaches the airport and the security check is done, she once again looks at her mother's pale and colorless face, which resembles the winter's moon, for it is foggy and misty, ready to fade away any moment. The narrator's childhood fears of leaving her mother alone and unattended haunt her once again. Her doubt that she may not be there for long grips her mind, but still she cannot give up her journey plans. Even her words, "see you soon," seem ironical to her, for she is not sure after how long would she be able to see her, and also if her mother would live that long. However, she hides all her worries and anxieties behind a long and sweet, though hollow smile, and bids her mother a cheerful goodbye with a hopeless assurance of meeting her again soon. So, see, poet knows that she might not meet her mother again, but still she has to leave because of her responsibilities in her life. So basically, Kamla Das is trying to express the that how important the relationships are, but during the course of our time, because we people are so busy in our lives that somehow we forget to relive these relationships. So she's basically talking about her mother, who is 66 years old. So it is a very beautiful poem. And in the next video, in the subsequent video, I'm going to read the poem stanza wise, and I'm going to explain the poem line wise now. Thank you and have a nice day.